it's your girl Selena, and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be doing a story time from, I believe, 2013, when I got the devastating news that my father passed away. Me and my two brothers, they're older than me. One's 2 years older than me, and one is, I believe, like 10 plus years older than me. I'm not sure. I don't keep track with all that. As long as I know their birthdays, it's fine. So, we were all taking a nap one day, and my mom just comes running in the room, and I think this is after school, if I remember correctly. And when we were taking a nap together, my mom comes running in the room, screaming and crying, saying, "Your dad died, your dad died." And we're like, "What?" Like, we're confused. And she's like, "Come on, we gotta go. You gotta get in the car. We gotta go." My dad lived across the causeway from where we lived. It was just 5 minutes away. And well, unfortunately, we could not find the car keys. So we're literally tearing the house apart, looking for the keys, looking everywhere. And remind you, my mom had just came home from work. Like, she left work because of this, like, because my stepmom called and, you know, said, "Hey, Joe's passed away." So she lost the keys within a matter of minutes, literally. And we could not find the keys excuse me, we could not find the keys for a very long time. And finally, we did find the keys, and they were stuffed in the couch. How did they get there? We don't know. Nobody even sat on the couch. We don't know. So we get there, and of course, all my family is outside of my father's house, and they still have my father inside, and they're still doing CPR on him. And unfortunately, the CPR didn't help. Nothing worked. And they did pronounce him dead at the scene. And my second oldest brother, I have two brothers, so my middle brother, he was trying to get into the house and banging on the doors and yelling and screaming at the cops and cussing at them, and you name it, he was doing it. And they still wouldn't let him in. I guess, I don't know for what reason, but they didn't let none of us in. They then carried my father out on a stretcher, covered in a white sheet, and we were, you know, very sad. I'm sorry, I'm gonna cry. It was a very sad moment. My dad was only 42, I believe. Yeah, and he also passed away a few months before my 15th birthday. I was supposed to have a quinceañera, and that didn't happen. I still ended up having, you know, a little birthday party, like for a 15, you know, so it was kind of big, kind of little, but not what it was planned to be, because, you know, I had just lost my father, and I didn't want to just go all out like that. And plus, he was going to be a big help to it. So, yeah, that pretty much is my story time. It happened so quick, super, super quick. That morning, he went fishing with his brother on the boat for the first time, I believe. Maybe if not the first time, then he had been wanting to go for a very long time, and they had just got to go that day. He did not, he felt nothing was wrong with him when he was fishing. He felt good until he got home. He took a shower and went to sleep. I'm not sure if he was in pain. I'm not sure, you know, what was going on. I didn't talk to him. Actually, that day, he was supposed to enroll me out of middle school and put me in into homeschooling. And when he was fishing, I was texting him and asking him if he was gonna come and roll or take me out of school, however you say it. And he's like, yeah, I'll be there, give me time to go home and take a shower, get dressed. Well, he ended up going to sleep. He took a shower and went to sleep. And before you know, we get a phone call that he's not waking up. He's passed away. So I went to school. I went back to school, I think, but not for like 2 weeks. Like the school had to come and find me. They came to my house and was like, why aren't you coming to school? They brought backpacks, supplies, school clothes, you name it, school shoes. They brought everything to my house thinking that was the reason that I didn't go to school. But it wasn't. My dad passed away, so they knew. Well, after I told them, they understood. And I was like, okay, well, you come back to school when, whenever the time is right. Well, I ended up waiting, I believe, like a month, and I went back to school. And the day I went back to school, people were just laughing at me and because I was crying. Obviously, not everybody knew what was wrong with me, but I couldn't keep my head on right. I couldn't stay focused. I was crying. I was just thinking about my dad and why this was happening to me. I'm only 13, 14 years old, not knowing what's going on. So after everybody was making fun of me, I was crying at lunch, and I did have some people there supporting me, and I also did have a lot of people laughing at me. So I called my mom and I was like, you know what, come and get me now. So I went home, and I don't think I went back to school. And they called my mom and was like, you're gonna have to go to jail, da 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 da. So I went back to school, and finally my mom was able to get me enrolled into, I can't think of the name right now, into homeschool. So I got enrolled into homeschool, and I took my papers, took them to the school, gave them proof that I was enrolled into the school, and they were like, okay, you can go. So I was like, all right. So I went. I never did anything online. So I was like, you know what? Let me go back to school. I felt better. My vibe was positive. I was feeling a little better. So I go back to school, and that is when I learned that I have anxiety. Oh my gosh, my anxiety was so bad. I could not breathe. I was felt so like my chest was just tightened up so bad. So I told my mom, I said, you know what? I said, I can't do it. I said, just take me out of school and I will go through with the homeschooling program, and, I'll be done. So she says, okay. She says, so we'll try this again. So this time, instead of saying that I was going to enroll into homeschool, my mom told them that I was moving. So moving to San Antonio. Excuse me. So so they took me out of school, and I told them that I was moving to San Antonio. Never went back to school, never did anything in school. Nothing. I was just so drained and sad, and I was mentally messed up. Still kind of am, but not as much. I'm older, I'm better. I am now 20 years old, so it's been more than a few years since my dad has passed away. Oh my goodness. I don't know, I'm so sleepy. And then eventually I think when it was time to go to high school, I went to high school, went to the 9th grade for about a week, maybe 2 weeks, and learned again that I could not do it. I was not in the right state of mind to do school. School was the last thing on my mind. And remember, this is all within the same year, I think. It all happened in the same, or 2 years, my bad. It happened in 2 years. And I did try to get into an alternative school we have over here. It's called Hope High School. Unfortunately, for me being out so much, my grades were not good enough to go into the alternative school, so I was not approved. Then I learned that there's a GED course that I could have took. I think it was a GED course I could take, and it was completely free. I went to that again for less than a month. It was my own scheduled time, I think, or not. If not, it was just like 3 or 4 hours a day. And I stopped going to that too, and that I really messed up, because now I have no high school diploma, no GED, no nothing. So I messed that up completely. But one day I'll get my life together and do things the right way. But thank you all for watching this video. I hope you like this video. If you do like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and click the subscribe button, and tell all your friends and family about my channel. Thank you.